Hey everybody, we're back at it again, doing a little bit more racing on iRacing. This week we're still at Las Vegas, and this is the Xfinity race, the 90 lap open. So I ended up going through practice for about an hour and was tweaking around with my qualifying setup and my race setup, and I wasn't super comfortable with the race setup that I'd gotten from VRS. So I ended up using the tighter setup, and I kind of wish I would have maybe tweaked the other setup. The tighter setup was definitely a little bit tighter. It was loose the first couple laps, but after about 15 laps, 20 laps, it started to like really push hard. So I had to start doing like drive in high and do a lot of late apexes. So anyways, I'm kind of getting off into the weeds already. I qualified second. I think I ran like a 30.3 or something like that with the qualifying setup. I did tweak the qualifying setup a little bit to not be quite so loose. But I know some people kind of rag on VRS and some of these setup shops, but what I really like about VRS is they don't just give you a setup, they give you a video tutorial on how to drive the track even if they don't have a setup for it, like the fixed races. So if you're unfamiliar with the track, it definitely helps. Kind of get you some familiarity. So let's get into this. I started second, and you're gonna see number 13 was having some computer problems. His spotter wasn't working. I guess he'd done a bunch of changes, and we're gonna fast forward through most of this, and he couldn't get his spotter to work right, and he didn't feel comfortable with that. And he kind of made a mistake, and he apologized multiple times for this. We go to the start, you kind of watch what happens. He just drops off, and I get the green flag, and I just take off. I go. I expected him to be right there beside me. He just drops off and goes to the inside, and I ended up getting black flagged on lap 1. Yeah, he just drops off. I immediately get a black flag. Well, shoot. I'm going to have to play the long game on this one. So, you can see I'm like way behind, or everybody else is kind of way behind me. I end up diving in to take care of my black flag, and as soon as I cross the threshold, caution comes out. I mean, I couldn't have played that any better. This way I didn't even take a lap down, and they let me serve my penalty since I was already on pit row. So I was able to stay on the lead lap even though I was going to the back of the pack. A lot of people did pit because of some damage. So, and there was the leader, he went in right away. So let's see what actually happened here. Let's back it up. Let's go from a different view. Let's go to the blimp view, and let's see the cars behind me. Yeah, this guy got the black flag too, and he went in, and that's what triggered it, was him trying to serve his penalty too, I think. Or he got loose, one of the two. Yeah, and it was a massive pileup. Oh my gosh, that was bad. That took out, I bet half the field or more had damage. Wow. Here I am on pit road, just strolling through. So that really saved me. Let's see here. I gotta go back to me. Oh, where am I at? I'm probably going right over it. There it is. Serve my pedaling, coming out, still on the lead lap. Alright, so we're going to fast forward. I end up going back to the back of the line. I think I still ended up because everybody pitting. I think I was still, yeah, almost in the top 10 anyways. Go, green flag. I'm not going to make this video as long as the last one. Oof. I think somebody up there is going to get a black flag for passing before the start-finish line. I can kind of see it on my triple monitors, what happened. That guy was close to hitting me. So, again, I'm still kind of on cold, relatively fresh tires, and I didn't want to drive too hard the first lap or two. Everybody was like right on my butt. And once I took 3 and 4 and I was pretty confident in it, I started pouring the coal to it. What do you guys think of that paint job, the Schrute Farms Ford Mustang? I think that's pretty cool, the white and black and the burgundy striping. It's kind of cool. I like playing around in Photoshop. It's a good time. My son kind of showed me how to do that. I've just been getting a little bit better and better. It seems like on fresh, the middle to low line is a little bit faster, but as the tires start to get a little bit older, you really get some wear on them. Running in kind of the middle high and then kind of apexing it seemed to be a little bit faster, like a late apex. So I kind of drive through the field. Took my time because it's, you know, kind of a long race. Got past those guys. Showing me in 4th place. Okay, 3rd place now. So I worked my way all the way back up through already. And the other guys have such a spread on me at this point. It's just, you know, just run my line and try to stay out of trouble. Try not to hit the wall. So we're on lap 12. I don't think there's another caution. Well, there's a. Let's see. Let's go to my. All right, we're gonna go lap 41 right before I pit. I've lost like 2.5 seconds on my speed, and some guys are already pitting and coming out. At this point, if I go in there and get fuel, I think I did tap the wall. Yeah, I did tap the wall because I got so tight, but it didn't give me any penalty points or incident points, and it slowed my car down just a little bit, but not too much. But it was enough where I couldn't get past the leader. Definitely had to work for it. So I think lap 42. Okay, we're going to skip. Lap 43. Yeah, this is the lap that I think I pit. There's a guy on fresh tires just blew right past me. That's one thing I like about these Xfinity cars. If you take just a wee little bit of damage, it doesn't affect your speed nearly as much as like the trucks or even the cup cars. Some people are saying because of how they program the game for having the composite bodies that they're a little bit more resilient. If this would have been a caution pit stop, I probably would have had the 40 seconds of damage repaired, but I didn't want to lose that much time. I didn't want to go 2 laps down because it wasn't affecting my speed that much. So I executed a pretty good pit stop here. See, I think there's a better angle. So the reason why the speeds for the Xfinity cars are pretty quick is they definitely have a lower downforce package on it, and you can feel it when you're driving it. Much smaller spoiler than the Cup cars that I raced yesterday. Definitely a difference. And boy, you get fresh tires on, it's just like a dog out to the hunt, man. She wants to go. Had to be real careful because right here I got loose. Like I was saying, the first couple laps on the fresh, she was a little bit loose. And this is supposed to be the tighter setup. So, all right, we're gonna skip ahead here. Let's go to, let's see when the caution. There's a late caution. All right, so we're gonna see what happens here in this late caution. See what instigates this wreck. And where it's at, 81, and I took I think 43 or 44. I mean, it's definitely, you're 10 laps to go after this for the checkered, and you better get tires, because if you don't, you're gonna get passed like it ain't nothing. If I would have gotten tires 5 laps before, I probably would have just stayed out. But yeah, if you take fresh tires, nobody else does, you're gonna drive right through everybody. I think the caution's out at this point. Yeah, caution lights are on. All right, so let's pause this. Let's rewind it until the caution actually comes out. I want to say it was right around here. There's the caution lights. So let's find out who wrecked. Let's get rid of this. You know what? Let's fix this view. I don't like that. If you need to know how to get into your camera editing tools on iRacing, just hit your Control F12. Let's see, I think this one is, yeah. Let's raise this camera up a little bit to give it a tripod. It's kind of a bad angle. That's much better. Okay. Let's pause. We're searching for that wreck. There it is. Let's see what happens to this guy. I heard him call something out on the radio, but I didn't really know what happened. Nobody ever really said. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember them saying something about this after watching the replay. The 17 was a couple laps down. He was trying to give him a little bit of room. Probably should have given him a little bit more room. But the 27 just came right up into him. I mean, let's go to the chase. No, let's go to maybe the helicopter. Sorry, I got my steering wheel in the way. I can't see it. Chopper. There we go. And he goes down low and then slides right up into him. That 17 was holding his line. I don't know what 27 was complaining about. Oh, see there, the 17 should have backed off after that. I probably would have avoided that, could have even avoided that caution, but I'm glad they did have the caution. So, okay. So besides that catastrophe in lap 1, that was the only other caution of the race. Let's go back up to me. Buddy of mine in Discord, since my iRating's been taking a boost with the last couple of weeks, Homestead and here in Las Vegas, he said as you get a little bit higher and higher up, typically get better and cleaner drivers. And I'm definitely starting to see that. I noticed a big jump when I went from, you know, a long time ago when I first started, when I went from rookie to the D class. and you race the ARCA races at some of the tracks, I mean, it was a night and day difference. And then you go up to the C class in the trucks, and that was even better. I mean, the level of competition was just so much cleaner. And then at that point, once you're got your C license, you're really going to see bigger. So right here, I am waiting. I am getting a few seconds of damage repaired since we're under caution, and I let the first couple guys go ahead of me. Anyways, you get your C license. Depends on what you want to race. I don't really race that many of the Cup and the A class. So my suggestion, if I had to do this over again, I would have kind of farmed out my my B license. You know, kind of hang around, try not to get into trouble, learn the tracks, that kind of stuff, and just try to stay out of everybody's way, and gain safety rating and got my B license. And at that point, I would have poured on, you know, trying to be a little bit more aggressive and gotten my I rating up, and then you would have gotten into better splits with better drivers, and then at that point, then you can get, you know, safety rating like real easy. I mean, if you go like this is the second race in a row that I had 0 incident points against me on a long race, and that's another key. If you're able to hang out and learn how to do longer races or pit strategy, definitely get your I rating up a lot faster. Trying to finish kind of towards the front. Even, like I said, even if you're in the C and the C and the B, eventually you're going to get your license class up. And maybe if you want to farm it out and get your A license, you know, you can. But I'm warning you now. You go in some of these races and you have a low I rating and you get in a lower split, good luck, because some of these guys just aren't nearly as good. They've done the same thing, farmed out their licenses, and then they try to start being aggressive at that point, and then they're not really, I don't know how, they're inexperienced, let's put it that way. There's, what do they say in the corporate world, there's opportunities for improvement. So alright, we're going to fast forward till we go green. Alright. And let's go with the blimp. So I'm in third. The number 1 there, the Taco Bell, he's taking a little bit of damage too, but he was quick. He was a pretty good driver. He goes on to end up winning the race. The 24 gets a little jump on him, but yeah, number 1's able to just take it. So again, I'm taking it easy because I got fresh tires and I know she's real loose the first lap, 2 laps. You can even see the 11 got a little wiggly coming out of the turn. And I kind of stuck to the bottom, got my tires nice and warm, and once I felt like it was heated up enough, I had a little bit more confidence. I kind of turned it on. Setup definitely has some grip early on. You can kind of stick to the bottom, but it does hurt your tires. And I knew I only had like 5 or 6 laps of green to go, so at this point I was just trying to get to the front, trying to do a little bit of a late apex here to get where I could get around these 2 guys, build up a little bit of speed. I don't think, yeah, it is this lap. I take it 3 wide going into turn 3. That's something I don't normally do, but I felt like, and then he taps the guy ahead of him, or up above him. I feel bad for the 24. He should have been up in the top 4 or 5, but he slips way back. I typically don't do that, but I knew the 11 was a pretty stable driver, and I knew my car could stick to the bottom, so I had a little bit of confidence in it. And this was pretty much it. The number one is just kind of walking away. and I had a little bit of damage and couldn't catch him. So just kind of playing it safe now. So yeah, go from having a black flag, kind of going to the back. Fortunately, there was so many people wrecked out on that lap, and I was able to serve my penalty. I was able to get right back into the hunt pretty quick. I think that was the white flag. Wish I wouldn't have taken that little bit of damage, because I feel like I could have run down number 1 in the Taco Bell there. Oh no, that was the white flag right there. This is the last lap. So number 1 ends up winning it. I get number 2. We're gonna go back to that 3 wide, because that was just fun. I'll give you a couple different perspectives from that. I got a heck of a run coming off of turn 2. I'll do a couple different views. We'll do a cockpit view and maybe a couple other views. Alright. Let's back it up a little bit more. Let's see how I went into that. So I'm going to try to do a late apex, gather some speed up. I knew these two were up and down from each other, and he was losing speed by being low, so I just ducked down and got underneath him, coming off the corner with some speed. And I knew my car could stick, but I did back off anyways. And then there we go. Right around him. So let's see here. Which view should we do? Nah, we won't do the chase. We do maybe the chopper. Oh yeah, he just slides up into him trying to maintain it, and he was a little worried about me being there. Glad nobody really got hurt in that one, besides 24 kind of slipping back. I don't feel like I was overly aggressive, really. I just saw an opportunity and I took it. And I knew I only had a few more laps to take advantage of it. So that's really about it. We're going to go next lap. Last lap. So Vegas is a good time. It's a fun track to run, nice and wide, gives you plenty of lines to try and run, and plenty of opportunities to pass, unlike some of those more narrow tracks. Narrow tracks can be fun for the fans, but for the drivers, these tracks are a little bit wider, like here, Chicagoland, Michigan, places like that. It's a little bit nicer to have that extra room. Gives you a lot more options. So that's it. I'm diving down here now. I'm going to exit my car. So, all right, guys. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. I might do a video talking about, for some beginners, gosh, a beginner, I've only been doing this for like 3 months, some tips and tricks that I've learned to gain some speed. There's a few things where, like, the elite level guys who just always seem to come out a couple tenths faster than you in qualifying, and there's some things that they're doing I'm kind of catching on to, but unfortunately a lot of it is just seat time, just getting some practice. So I'll go into that in another video. Maybe I'll try a couple different things with showing you what I would do to go through trying to find some speed on like a qualifying or hot laps on the ovals, and give you a couple tips and tricks and some things that I believe they're doing. And as time goes on, maybe I'll give you some more tips and tricks. So thanks for watching.